Hello! In case you missed it, welcome to this week's news recap. Alright friend, I have carefully selected the top 4 most trended issues in Nigeria this week. All you need to do now is to take your seat, find a glass of coffee or water, relax and follow along as I will be summarizing the top issues that trended in Nigeria this week and why it matters to us as Nigerians. Welcome to my channel, The KD Gist. We have crisis in our schools, a fire in our markets, a dilemma at our borders, but also a massive breakthrough in our hospitals. By the end of this video, you will not be just angry, you will be armed with the right questions to ask our leaders, particularly the ones that are closest to you in our local governments and in our states. We need to ask them pertinent questions, but follow along, you will know why in this video. So number 1 on our list is the mass kidnappings, the security crisis. Friend, are you following me? Look at the attendance sheet. For hundreds of Nigerian students right now, school is not a promise of a future for them. It is a potential ransom note. How did we normalize this in the first place? Kidnapping is no longer just crime. It is a low-risk, high-reward business. When we pay ransom, even secretly, without prosecuting the middlemen, we fund the next attack. And that is obvious because when you see evil and you did not prosecute evil or you do not abate evil, the evil will keep multiplying because there is no consequences. It is evidence everywhere, all over the world. That is normal. So when you rescue people, you find the kidnappers, you do not do anything to them, next time they will grow more wings and come out and do more. And that is the main problem, the major issue we are facing in Nigeria as of today. Our forests have become fortress for bandits. This represents a total collapse of our local government authorities in rural areas. And that is why I said to you earlier, you will ask questions from the governments closest to you. We all focus on the federal government, the government and the center. We should be making our local governments and state governments accountable. You know, there is this what we call security votes, security money that being paid to governors every month. And I'm sure this money also trickles down to the local governments. What are they using all this money for? We should be holding them accountable. We should be making them to give us an account, to tell us how these monies are being spent, how they are using it to protect our lives and property in our states, in our local government. Yes, federal government has the biggest power to provide security and to protect our lives. But there's also powers allocated to the state governors. At least they are the chief security officers in their states. They should be doing more. And other people in government, local government chairmen, House of Representatives, House of Senate, even councillors, we should be holding them accountable. But there are way forwards. One, I know many people have talked about it in the past, blah, blah, blah. People have been speaking. Yes, let me also lend my voice and propose mine. Enforce the anti-kidnapping laws. No more family affairs. No more I know you, I know me. This is a Muslim, this is a Christian, this and that is from my state, is not from my state. And we are treating bandits, criminals, kidnappers with kids' glove. It's not done anywhere in the world. That every case as a state, treat every case in a state as crime against the nation. And that is when these criminals will start hearing. Also, we should provide immediate physical protection for our schools, for our markets, for our churches, for our mosques, for our worship area, for everywhere. You know, I love what the governor of Enugu State is doing. He has established what we call forest guard. We used to have it before in Nigeria. This forest guard, they should be extended to not only forests, even to markets, to schools, to mosques, to churches. In fact, every state governor is challenged to imbibe or implement this same procedure by establishing forest guards so that when they are armed and they are being protected, people can have time to go to farm, to go to work, to go to market, and do things that will make economy to be boosted, not just staying at home for fear of kidnapping and ransom and stuff like that. So also, tracking money being paid to kidnappers is very important. Kudos to Harris Ngbaministu. He has exposed part of it, how he does his operation. And I think the intelligence agencies can learn from this. Track the money. These people are trackable. They use TikTok, they use Facebook, they use Instagram, they use YouTube. They are trackable. Track the money that are being paid to them. Track where these people are going. Use satellites to do mapping, bush mapping, street mapping. Track them and nip them in the bud. That is what we are talking about. These are the solutions that people have been proposing. I'm also lending my voice to it. Now, let's look at topic number 2. Economic inflation and hunger. Our economy, inflation and hunger. So, if your salary is worth the same thing it was last year, hit the like button. Hit the like button right now. All right, I'm just kidding. But it is a sad reality, to be frank, to be sincere. The headline inflation says we are cooling off, that things are getting better. But the real story in the market or out there is that hunger and poverty are very massive in the land. And that is the reality. I don't know if governments or politicians are living out of this world's reality. Or maybe they're not the ones that go to market to buy stuff. So they don't know what things are being sold or what things are selling in the market, the price of commodities. But this is a sad reality. Your salary last year, the same salary, 70,000 naira last year, is not worth the same thing this year. I can assure you, nobody can say the same thing. It is well. Government statistics says one thing, while the market women are saying another thing. When bag of rice has hit 100k plus, microeconomic reforms and policies, it will sound like insults to the hunger or to the hungry. So all the microeconomic policy, blah, 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 reforms, if they are not yielding results, it seems like insult to injury or salt to injury. So for this issue, what are the way forward? I have some propositions. We need to specifically protect major farming belts and transportation routes. Why? Like Benin State, Plateau State, Kogi State, Ebonyi State, etc., etc. Those states that serve like food basket of the nation need to be protected. Like what I said earlier in my other points, it's to provide security, local security, forest guards, market guards, school guards, or whatever, to protect these people so that people can go to farm. And when they farm, we'll have large produce. And when we have large produce, the road is clear. They can transport it from one state to the other. And the economy will be boosted because when we have food and buy it at a cheaper rate, the salary you are earning will be able to buy something for you and your family and sustain you. But if there is no farm to farm, people cannot go to markets, and people cannot do all of these things. How are they going to produce what we are going to buy up in Lagos and Abuja? So these are the things we are talking about. And the federal government, particularly, should make sure that they also invest in mechanized farming, not just talks. There have been too many talks every day without implementation. They just talk gallivanting and this and that, and we want to see practicals, not theory this time around. Nigerians are craving for practicals. They need to see practicals. Nigerians want to see that government is actually working, not talking. Do things that make people see, oh yeah, government is working, we are feeling it, even if it is a long term. But once we can see it, that these things are being put in place, why not? People will be patient and follow along the government. Now, up to number 3 points, or onto topic 3. Military priorities, Benin Republic versus Nigeria. So imagine your house is on fire, but you sent your fire extinguisher to your neighbor. That is the debate on the Benin intervention. Are we giants of Africa or absent fathers at home? Why save democracy abroad when citizens are dying in captivity? IDP camps full everywhere. And you are saving democracy abroad. Meanwhile, your country is languishing. Everywhere, go to the Middle Belt, everywhere is filled up with IDP camps. Riley Moore from the US Congress, earlier this week, visited many of these IDP camps. Over 600,000 people, Nigerian citizens, in IDP camp in Benin State alone. One state, 600,000, more than 500,000 people living outside their homes, outside their communities, outside their localities. These are the things we are talking about. But government did not prioritize this. What they are prioritizing is how to quench democracy in another country while the people in that country are even criticizing the efforts of Nigeria government for intervening. You can imagine, it's just like efforts in futile. That is what we are talking about. So, markets, we cannot go anymore. Farm, we cannot go anymore. Things are getting worse and worse because insecurity. In fact, flight tickets now is horrible because most people who want to travel to the village for Christmas, they can't risk going through the road. They have to start looking at taking alternative, which is flight. But flight now, it will be congested and expensive. You know Nigeria now, Christmas. When Christmas comes, everything skyrockets. It is well, my people. So what are the way forward on this pain point? I will propose the way forward as a public commitment that domestic troop deployment takes legal and operational procedure over foreign missions. That is, charity begins at home. If you want to go abroad to assist, that's fine, that's okay. But the government must justify the costs and benefits to Nigerian taxpayers very well before taking such actions. So if you must go there, no issues, but let us know the costs and benefits to we citizens of Nigeria before embarking or endeavoring into such actions. Yeah. Okay, finally, on the topic number 4 of the most trending issues in Nigeria this week. This is a win, actually. It's a win. The sickle cell breakthrough. This is a lesson in hope. For decades, sickle cell has been silent thief of Nigerian lives. But today, we have a cure. It is a homegrown. Oh my gosh. A round of applause to our doctors, our researchers. This is good news. This is amazing. Honestly, I am so happy to hear that. You know, I lost someone that is close to me 2 years ago because of sickle cell disease and carelessness of our hospital. But that is a story for another day. But what I'm talking about here is this breakthrough is massive. Is massive. Honestly, a round of applause. A round of applause to our doctors. LUT and the Sickle Cell Foundation have launched the first Africa gene therapy for SDC, sickle cell disease. Nigeria has the highest sudden of this disease globally, I can tell you. And solving it here by us, for us, changes the global map outlook and perspective on sickle cell, especially in Nigeria. This is massive, massive, massive breaking news. So, a massive gold star to the researchers at LUT and the Sickle Cell Foundation. You have proven, despite the chaos in the land, that Nigerian brilliance is alive, well, and world-class. Yeah, Nigerian brilliance is world-class, alive, and well. You are the true patriots. This week, for me, you are the true patriots, the people that actually have people, the citizens in mind, and are doing to save lives, not to ruin it. I'm just joking. I'm not bantering anybody. Okay, so friends, we have discussed the cause of safety to our citizens, especially the school children, the market women, the farmers, especially when we have farmers headers clash. We have discussed the price of food and other commodities in the society, in the economy. We have also discussed the logic of war abroad and the power of science in health and research innovation. So, all that we have discussed in all this, your homework is, don't just complain. Pick one out of the way forward that I have proposed. That's me proposing those way forward. You can propose your own too. And ask your politicians, your local government chairman, your governors, your councillors, your House of Representatives, your House of Senate, your House of Assembly members. What is the plan on this issue, on this particular issue? Tag them on social media, on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, anywhere you know that they have presence and you too have presence. Tag them. Pick one of these way forward that I've proposed. Add your own way forward as a proposition. Ask them, what is the solution on this issue? What is the plan on this particular topic? And let me know in the comment section if you're able to do this and what you plan to do. If you're unable to do it, what are you going to ask them? Class dismissed. Oh, wait. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video. for more of these updates in our weekly recap next week. Stay safe. See you next week. Signing out.